All right. Hey, it is so great to see you all. Well, hopefully, you are here for World Geography 101. And this will be a repeat for a few of you who were on my 101 before, but I did throw in a few other things, just saying. So hopefully, you will enjoy this because we're also going to do a 102 next week, same time, same channel. Then on the last week of the month, so we're skipping the week of September 21st, but on the last week of the month, we're going to do World Geography 103. So this month we are going to talk about North America. So some of this will be a repeat for some of you all, but they asked me, so I said, well, sure, I'll be glad to do this and record it and do it for all of Rising Tide. So that's what we're doing tonight. And then 102 will be South America. And then 103, I think, will be Europe. Don't hold me to that if I decide to change it. Okay. So who am I? In case some of you all don't know, I'm Joanne Tingle. You can see my crazy face down here at the. Oh, can you see my screen? Hold on one second. That's awfully important. Let me make sure that you can. Share screen. Yeah, that always helps. Yep, there we go. All right, now we're in good shape. Yep, there we go. So this is World Geography, and I am Joanne Tingle, and this crazy person right here is me with a monkey on my shoulder in Panama, Volcan, Panama, in fact. And I was at a place called Raquel's Ark. Fantastic. It is, she just takes donations. She rescues animals there in Panama, all over Panama, and we were in the cage with the monkeys in her place. And we also got to hold two sloths. Talk about a bucket list, right? So that I would highly recommend Raquel's Ark if you're ever in Panama. Now, don't let me get off on a tangent because I'm good at that. Just to let you know, I am a retired civil engineer. I did that 20 plus years. I have homeschooled my kids for 16 years, and we've always looked at it as life is learning. So we've been in 32 states and 8 countries, 8 times in Mexico. We love Mexico. And I just can't wait to get to the next country, right? So hopefully you all are like that too. And if you haven't been outside of the US, no big deal because we've only been to 32 states. We still have 18 to go to, right? So that is the way I look at it is we just haven't been there yet. So hopefully you all think about that as well. All right, we're going to go on here. So we're going to play a little game. Where in the world? Do you remember that? Where in the world was Carmen Santiago? I don't know if I can say that or not, but anyway, I'm going to say it. But we're going to say, where in the world is this picture? Okay, so this is the world map guessing game. So I will pull up the chat box and I'm going to Luis, I was in, let me answer this question real quick. So he said, we're in Panama. I have been in Cerro Punta, Gualaca, went cliff diving there, went to Volcan, where our friends were living. We did Panama City because we wanted to fly in and see the Panama Canal. Because when we were homeschooling, shoot, we studied the Grand Canyon, we went there. We studied Panama, the Panama Canal, we went there. That's just kind of how we did life. But I know I realize not everybody can do that, but that's kind of what we did. But anyway, so we've been Cerro Punta, Volcan, Gualaca, David. We went down the Costa Rican line to the beach there, which is right on the Costa Rican line. I can't remember if it was called something La Playa or not. And then all the way around to the Panama Canal. Yeah, 7-hour drive across Panama. So we pretty much saw all of Panama. But we're gonna see if you know where these pictures are. Okay, so here we go. It says how to play. I will show you a picture from a country, and if you know the name of the country, put it in the chat as soon as you know it. A point will be given for the first person in the chat with the right answer. Now, I am delinquent because I had a couple of people on my thing and I promised them Starbucks gift cards because they answered the questions right. And then one lady helped me out. I still got to get those out. And I plan to do it, by the way. But could I ask if anybody in here would just kind of keep a chat for, I mean, a running total of who has the most points today? And the thing is, I can't also give that on this one because some of the pictures are the same. But in 102, plan for me to be giving out a couple of gifts. Okay. But on this one, if somebody could just say in the chat, hey, I don't mind to be the scorekeeper, I would just love you forever. Could anybody do that for me? Anyone? Please. All you have to do is like keep Amanda 1, Luis 2. You know what I'm saying? That's all you have to do. Anyone? Awesome. Thank you so much. All righty. So when I say a person's name, because that's the first person who answered in the chat, you're just going to give them a point. Okay. That's how this works. All right. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Yeah, that's a UK. I live in Kentucky too, by the way. I forgot to tell you, Frankfort, Kentucky. So this says, are you ready to play? Here we go. Name this country. Anybody know where this might be in a country? Anyone? So just put in the USA. And is it Louis or Luis? And I apologize for anybody's name that I butcher. Okay, Louis. Okay, so Louis, 1 point for you. This is USA. Anybody know where in the USA this is, by the way? Anyone? Somebody said New York City? No, DC. That's right. This is the Smithsonian in DC. Awesome. All right. Listen, Lewis is quick on the draw here, y'all. You got to get faster than them in the chat. Where's this, by the way? This is number 2. Oh, okay. So, oh my goodness, I'm going to butcher this one. Soukeyna. Sukina? Sukenya? So I apologize for any name butchering, but India. So Soukeyna got it first. So great job. And listen, y'all are just great at this. Okay, where's this? Egypt. Okay, Courtney got that one. This one's Egypt. Oh, Sahara would have been a good guess too, Michelle. But we're looking for country. Keep that in mind. All right, where's this? We're looking for country. China. So Marina got that one. This is China, the Great Wall of China. Boy, y'all are fast on the draw. Really quick. You didn't need me to teach you. Okay, where's this? This one got a few people the last time. Caribbean, Greece, Zanzibar, all good answers. Indonesia. Nope. All of these are good answers, but not what I was looking for. Starts with a T. Does that help? Oh, I think I'm going to give this to Soukeyna because she said Thai. It's Thailand. That's right. It's Thailand. Woo-hoo. And Sylvia was right behind, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to gosh, hold on. Yeah, Soukeyna. All right, where's this one? This one ought to be kind of easy. Italy. Yes, I'm sorry. My brain's broken. So Mackenzie got that one because think about this, and y'all are going to laugh at me. I sing a lot. Oh, sole mio. You know, this is in Venice and the big gondolas and all of that. Yes. So this is Italy. And who got that one? I'm sorry. Let's look back here. Mackenzie got Italy. All right. Boy, you are just good at this. Okay. This one ought to be easy. Where is it? That's right. That's exactly right. I think everybody got that one, but Courtney was first. Courtney chimed in first. So good job. And you know, this is I love Men at Work. If any of y'all are old enough to know, I come from a land down under. Yes, Australia. All right, and where's this one? This could be the decider. Listen, y'all are good. Mexico is a good answer, but hold on, I'm moving my Marina got Peru. She was the first one in the box to get Peru. A lot of you all said Peru, so great job. Okay, Lewis, who won? What? I think it's probably between two people. So what? He's going to count up for us and find out who won. That's right. So is it Kenya? Is that correct? I'm going to let her say if that's right or not. Sokeyna. Anyway, you won. Great job. Oh, but he said she is tied with, okay, Courtney. So was it a tie between them? I think, I was thinking so Kenya got 3. Am I wrong? Because she got that last one, I think, the Peru. No, that was Marina. Okay. Well, the point is, y'all did fantastic. Good job. Very, very good job. And I'm so proud of you guys. And this shows that, hey, listen, y'all know your geography. That's awesome. So did you guess all 8? And thank you for playing. And here is the list again, if anybody wants to ever use this again. So there's US, it was USA, India, Egypt, China, Thailand, Italy, Australia, and Peru. So great job, all of y'all. All right, now we're going to kind of get started with the meat of World Geography 101. We're going to talk about the North American continent, okay? So let's get started. What is a continent? A continent is a big piece of land on the Earth. It's the Earth's outer layer broken into several large plates that fit together like a puzzle. Oh, and there was something I was going to take off of this and I forgot until just now. These plates are made up of solid rock. The continents sit on top of these plates, which are always moving and changing. So that is what continents are. And there are how many continents? Somebody put in the chat box for us. How many continents are there? 7. Very good. Robin got that one. Good job. Now, can you name all of the continents? Here's what I'm going to do. Hold on one second. I'm going to unmute everyone. 1 second, real quick. I'm going to unmute. Let's see. Allow participants. Okay. So if someone will just raise their hand, if you know how to do that, and I'm going to let you tell us the 7 continents. Anybody just raise their hand? And I'm looking. Okay. So Kenya, and she can tell me how to say her name correctly. So if you wouldn't mind to unmute and tell us the 7 continents, if you can.
Somehow the first time you said it was correct, and then you start, making all these letters in your head and you messed it up.
Okay. So tell me how to say your name first of all.
Yeah, Sukena.
Sukena. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I got America, South and North, Africa, Asia, Europe, and Antarctica, and Australia.
Very good. Good job. Everybody give her a hand in the chat box. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Y'all are so good. I appreciate you playing too. Like that really helps me be able to teach this class more easily when everybody participates. And she's right. And here they all are. So Earth has 7 continents. They're all unique and they have their own special features, such as different animals and plants and climates and cultures. And here they are, just as she said, North and South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, and Antarctica. Fantastic. And I will tell you, funny thing, when we were homeschooling, I pretty much learned this my son's fourth grade year, because listen, they didn't teach me this in high school. Just saying. I was in an era that was missing a little portion of like a little bit of American history, meaning especially like the Civil War and a few things like that. And then geography. That was not a class that I got to take in high school. Plus, I was an engineer, so I was taking, chemistry and physics and all of that. But anyway, I learned it all when Matthew was in 4th grade and we were homeschooling, and I learned it by song. So we'll talk about that in a little bit too. But just some fast facts of the North American continent. There are 23 countries. The land size you can see, and I'm not going to read all these, but we're the third largest continent in the world. The population is listed here. We're the fourth most populated continent in the world. And the climate is very diverse, from freezing tundra of northern Canada to the tropical rainforest of Central America. Now, question really quick in the chat box. Is Central America a separate country? No, is it its own continent? That's what I meant to ask. Is it its own continent? Yes, that's correct. Lewis said, nope, it is not. So, and I kind of gave it away because I said, I forget to not give this away. I said tropical rainforest of Central America, and we're talking about North America because it's a region of North America. So we'll get into that in just a second. Tell me, what are some landmarks that you can think of on the continent of North America? Anyone? What are some landmarks? The Grand Canyon, that's one. What are some more? Just roll them out in the chat box, you all. Statue of Liberty, awesome. Yellowstone, Mount Rushmore, now we're rolling. Awesome. If I said, excuse me, Vegas or Utah, what would you say? Golden Gate Bridge is one. Redwoods, yep. Hoover Dam, there you go. If I said New York and Canada, what is a landmark that is shared between New York and Canada? Niagara Falls, great. Yep. Awesome. If I said Texas, what would you think of as a landmark? Anyone? The Alamo, awesome. And I see Michelle said the Gulf, and I'm assuming you mean like Gulf of Mexico area. What if I said Emerald Coast? Anybody know where that is in Florida? Where's the Emerald Coast? Anybody know? Okay, so that is along the Panhandle. That's like Pensacola to Panama City Beach, but basically Destin, Florida is Emerald Coast. And yeah, Michelle was mentioning the Keys way down there. Absolutely. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. DC, all the monuments, right? Statue of Liberty, or not Statue of Liberty, sorry. Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial, all that stuff. If I said Massachusetts, what would you think? Boston, that's right. The Freedom Trail and so much history. Yeah, Salem, Massachusetts. Harbors, that's right. If I said Pearl Harbor, where is that? Awesome. Hawaii, y'all are on it. I love it. What if I said Virginia? What are some things you know about Virginia? Anyone? It's old. Or President's House, awesome. Beach. All right, so Colonial Williamsburg, that is a place that people, if anybody, the reason I'm kind of throwing these out at you is, since we're travel agents, we kind of ought to know our United States, don't you think? So that's kind of why I started with this one. But anywhere in North America is a great place for people to go that do not have a passport. Now, I said anywhere in North America. That is incorrect. Anywhere in the US, and then including Alaska and Hawaii, can go without a passport. Canada, you do have to have a passport to get in. And then some of the places in Central America, you do have to have a passport. If you're going on a cruise, just so you know this, you can go on a closed loop cruise in the Caribbean to most of the Central American countries with just your birth certificate and your driver's license. If you're going on a cruise in Alaska, they will have to make a stop in non-international waters, so they typically stop in Canada. You do have to have a passport if you're going to get off in Canada. Now, I say all that to say this: check with your cruise line to make sure, okay? But that is what I understand with the cruises, if it's a closed loop cruise, okay? All right, now we must move on. This is so much fun, but we have to move on because I only have a period of time. Okay, so this is the one I was going to kind of Skip, I just want to ask you something about this. What's our nickname? Like, what is the North American continent's nickname? Anybody know? If you've watched Schoolhouse Rock, that's my clue. The Melting Pot. Another Schoolhouse Rock friend. Thanks. Okay. What are some places you like to go? What's your favorite place in North America? I've heard from some of you all, but anybody who hadn't already put it in, tell me what's another place in North America. And remember, that can include the Central American countries. Hawaii. Absolutely, Donna. I have only been to Kauai and Oahu. And by the way, I do a Hawaiian training. So I will train you all the way from Kauai to the Big Island, and but also people teach me when I teach my Hawaii training. So, oh, and there's too many to choose. I'm with you, Sarah. There's so much. Awesome. You've been to Hawaii just this past June. Awesome. I hope to go in December. We're still trying to plan. We're still trying to decide on if we can get into Maui and this kind of thing. And just so you all know, best place if you have clients going, or you need to know just for yourself, Hawaii Tourism Authority. If we have time after I turn off the video, off the recording, I will show you the best place to go for the non-news portions, because news kind of blows things out of proportion sometimes. So I've got a really good safe place to go and find information about Hawaii. But I do know October 17th they're going to make a determination, so I'll just tell you that. All right, let's get into Central America. Let's talk about all of the countries in Central America. So you have Mexico, and Mexico City is the capital. You have Belize, and Belmopan is the capital. Here's Guatemala, and Guatemala City is the capital. Here is Honduras, and Tegucigalpa is the capital. San Salvador's capital is the other way around. I always mess this up. El Salvador's capital is San Salvador, and then Nicaragua's capital is Managua. And then Costa Rica is San Jose, and Panama is Panama City. Now, how in the world are you going to remember all that, right? Well, I got a song for you, and you can remember it by the time we get done with this training. I'm telling you. So I'm going to come back to the song, but right now I just want to show you a couple of other things, and that's this whole area. So let me just mention that when we are talking about the Caribbean, great place for your all-inclusive people who want to visit an all-inclusive. Oh, such a great place for them to go visit, because great deals from flights and the all-inclusive package in Vax and some other places that you can look for these. But I just wanted to kind of show you, here is the tip of Florida. Here's the Keys down here. And Cuba is only 90 miles from the tip of the Keys. And then, as you see, the Bahamas is not far at all from Florida. That's why a lot of the short cruise ships go for 4 or 5 days, or even 3 days, just to the Bahamas, because it's all right there. Okay. We've been to Nassau 3 times. We've been to Freeport, which is another little tiny island in the Bahamas. Very secluded, very non-street market, drive you crazy kind of. Sometimes Nassau can get that way. And then this island right here that houses both Haiti and the Dominican Republic is called Hispaniola. And then Jamaica, great place to visit. It's in the Jimmy Buffett song that I've already sang to you. And Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, Kingston, there's all kinds of places to go in Jamaica. And then also, just for anybody that doesn't know, you can go to Puerto Rico, actually, without a passport, because that's considered part of the U.S., like an extension part of the U.S., okay? And then we won't get into all of this, but I highly recommend you go and study this a little bit more on your own. This area right here is the Antilles. There's a lesser Antilles and a greater Antilles, but some of these places are just beautiful. St. Lucia, oh, has an all-inclusive, and you can add on. No, it's not St. Lucia. I apologize. It is Dominica, Dominica over in here. And this map doesn't show it real. Oh, yeah, yeah, it does right here. Note, this is the Dominican Republic. This is Dominica. Don't get those two mixed up if you're going to send somebody somewhere. But Dominica has a great training. I think Marty has it on her certification. And it is like they have an all inclusive there, and it is all inclusive. But you can add on an adventure package. Oh, I so want to do this, but I got to get my PADI certification to be a scuba diver. And that is on the list, by the way, before the end of 2024, maybe before the end of 2023, because every day with this adventure package in the Dominica, you can add on a scuba dive, a hike through the wilderness. I mean, just all kinds of craziness. So I want to go. And there's a fam trip at this place too. So just look that up. It's in your email somewhere that we get from all of these vendors. And then there are the ABC Islands, which are right above South America. And we're going to talk more about South America. So I'll save those for then. And then I'm going to move on here real quick. Oh, here's my better map right here. So here's your Lesser Antilles. And here are the Leeward and Windward Islands as well. And this is the Greater Antilles. So like all of this is considered that. And the Bahamas is actually an archipelago. If you've never heard of that, that's a chain of islands, just like Hawaii. And then don't forget Turks and Caicos, because that is another great place. I know Gail and Bill went with Charles and Nikki a few years ago to Turks and Caicos, and they loved it. It was awesome. And then just note where your seas are. So the Gulf of Mexico is up here around Florida. And then the Caribbean Sea is this portion. And then we mentioned that San Juan, you can go without a passport. I also want to tell you the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John, those three are ones that you can also go to without a passport. The British Virgin Islands, however, St. Martin, and there's some more. But anyway, the British Virgin Islands right here, those you do have to have a passport for. Okay. All right, so let me go on real quick. Who is ready for a song? Okay, everybody ready? Raise your hand if you are ready. No, you don't have to do that. But anyway, so, oh, and Mackenzie said, this is important. I just stayed in one of those resorts in Cozumel with the diving package. Mackenzie, we need to talk after this. And listen, I love Cozumel. And I got off on a trail about Belize and Cozumel and Mexico. So I'm trying not to do that this time. But I will answer some questions after I turn off the recording. But listen, one of my favorite places is Cozumel because they have this place called Chunkanab Lagoon Reef Park. And like I said, we can get into it a little bit more here in a second. But let's go ahead and get to the song. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about anybody that can stay around and hear a little bit more. Okay. So here is our song. Are you ready for this? Let me see if I need to go forward. Nope, I need to go back. So I'm going to pull up our Central American countries again. Who knows the song Pop Goes the Weasel? Anyone? Hopefully you do. Da 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 da. Pop goes the weasel. Okay. So that's what this song is going to be. All right. So here's where it is. And then you all will never forget these countries because this is how I learned it when Matthew was learning fourth grade geography. So Mexico City, Mexico, Belmopan, Belize. So I'm giving you the capital, then the country. Mexico City, Mexico, Belmopan, Belize, Guatemala City, Guatemala, Tegucigalpa, Honduras. All right, you got that so far. Always mess this one up. El Salvador, San Salvador. I think I said it backwards again. You know what I'm saying. Managua, Nicaragua, San Jose, Costa Rica, Panama City, Panama. See how easy that is? And it's to the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel. So if you can just remember Which tune does it go to? Write down Pop Goes the Weasel, and you got this. Okay, so I'm going to sing it one more time really quick, and then I'm going to turn off the video, and then I'll open up for questions. Mexico City, Mexico, Belmopan, Belize. Sing with me. Guatemala City, Guatemala, Tegucigalpa, Honduras, San Salvador, El Salvador, Managua, Nicaragua, San Jose, Costa Rica, Panama City, Panama. I know you got this, right? Okay, let me turn off the recording and we will do some more.